Imagine making $1,500 to $3,000 plus per week, all from home, from your laptop or cell phone. You can also work from anywhere in the world with the internet connection. In this playlist, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that by building your own home-based freight dispatching business. Make sure you watch all the videos in this playlist one by one and in order. Go to the link in the description of this video to enroll in my free training, Freight Dispatching Done Right. Let's get into it. So this is Freight Dispatching 101, Complete Beginner's Guide. Freight dispatching isn't just about finding loads, it's about building a business you can run from anywhere on your own schedule with predictable, life-changing income. Imagine making $3,000 plus a week from home. No CDL, no trucking experience, just a laptop, a phone, and the freedom to control your time, revenue, and future. So Section 1, what is freight dispatching? Clear definition of it. Freight dispatching is connecting independent truck drivers who are owner-operators. They own the equipment and they operate the business. So you're going to provide them or connect them with profitable freight that keeps their wheels turning and their income flowing. You help create a load pipeline. Your role in one sentence. Think Uber, dispatcher, but for big trucks. You're basically the Uber of the trucking industry. You're the connector, the bridge between the driver and the shipper or broker paying for the freight. You move trucks and loads without owning either. A very smart business move. And it's a great business to be into because it's a low startup cost, because you don't have to invest a lot into your freight dispatch business. You are helping and giving the knowledge to owner operators to move loads and increase their profit. Beyond freight dispatching, day in the life. So a day in the life of a freight dispatcher typically looks like load finding, negotiating with brokers, coordinating, and problem solving. Solving the flow problem so drivers stay loaded and profitable. So your job as a freight dispatcher is to increase the load flow, which will increase the flow of cash flow into the trucking businesses that you're working with. Also managing the operational side so drivers can focus on driving. Freedom factor. Many dispatchers run their dispatching business 100% remotely with just a laptop, phone, and internet connection. Income potential. Our freight dispatcher bootcamp members earn $1,700 per week part-time and as much as $3,000 plus full-time. And many of them do it passively with dispatchers working for them. They're working on the business, not working in the business. So Section 2, roles and responsibilities of a freight dispatcher. So load sourcing and booking, constantly searching for profitable loads through load boards, broker connections, and direct shippers. Rate negotiation, securing the highest possible pay with building long-term broker relationships. Route planning, mapping efficient routes to minimize deadhead miles and maximize profitability. Paperwork and compliance, handling rate confirmations, bill of lading, proof of delivery, and ensuring drivers meet regulatory requirements. Driver communication, acting as the driver's point of contact or POC, keeping them updated on load details, schedule changes, and problem solving on the road. Customer service, keeping shippers, brokers, and drivers satisfied by ensuring reliable and timely delivery. Cash flow management, coordinating loads so trucks stay on the road and income remains steady. Brand tie-in. These tasks can be learned quickly, but setting up systems to manage them efficiently is what separates successful dispatchers from those who burn out. So section 3, how freight dispatching works. Let me tell you all about it. So you will find loads using load boards or broker lists, and also by direct shipper outreach. You'll negotiate rates to secure maximum profitability. So brokers are the middleman. They pretty much manage the loads from the shippers. Shippers pay brokers to get their loads moved, and brokers outsource the work to carriers or owner operators who have the physical assets, which is the truck and trailer, to get the loads moved. So you as a freight dispatcher, you will be negotiating with brokers to get the highest paying rate or the most profitable paying rate for the trucking company or owner operators you work with. You'll confirm the load and manage paperwork. The brokers, after the load is confirmed, they'll send you a rate confirmation that will have all the details of the load on that paperwork. You'll confirm all the details that you agreed to over the phone with the broker, and you'll manage the paperwork. You'll get that paperwork to the driver. So you'll dispatch the driver with all loads details. You'll provide updates to brokers or shippers throughout the trip. So you're the main point of contact, so the owner operator won't have to contact the broker, or the broker won't have to contact the owner operator. Really, you want to take all that work off of your owner operators and let them drive the truck, and this will help keep them safer out there on the highway. So you want to manage all communications and be the main point of contact. Rinse and repeat to keep trucks loaded consistently. This is your entire process on every load. And the quicker and the more drivers you rinse and repeat this with, the more money you're going to have in your bank account. Section 4, the different types of trucks you can dispatch. Why this matters. Different trucks equal different freight, load sources, and earning potential. So first up, we have the dry van. It's one of the most common types of trailers. It hauls general freight, it's flexible and beginner friendly. Dry vans come in 53-foot trailers. So the trailer length is 53 foot. For an example, a couple of the commodities that it can haul are consumer goods and retail products such as clothing and apparel, shoes and accessories, electronics to include TVs, computers and appliances, furniture and household goods, toys and sporting goods. Also packaged food and beverages, non-perishable groceries, canned goods, boxed foods and snacks, because they are not temperature controlled, so they have to be non-perishable groceries. Packaged beverage, dry bulk foods and bags such as flour, rice, pasta, sugar, coffee and tea, and packaged condiments. Also, industrial and manufactured goods such as palletized machinery and products, paper products, plastic and raw materials for manufacturing. Also, non-hazardous chemicals and supplies such as cleaning supplies, detergents, soaps, disinfectants, paints, coatings, adhesives, fertilizer. Also, e-commerce such as merchandise from Amazon, UPS, and FedEx. So here you have your dry van trailer. So next up, we have the Reefer or refrigerated trailer. So it transports perishable goods, higher pay, but stricter timing because the goods can be perishable. You notice here it has a Reefer unit, which also has to be fueled just like the main truck. So these trucks or trailers, they get paid a higher rate than the dry vans because the driver also has to fuel the Reefer here. You see here on the front of the trailer, and it's a bigger responsibility and more risk because if this Reefer unit goes down, it could spoil the goods that's in the trailer. So the goods that's in the trailer are either kept cold, frozen, or sometimes even heated. It's more specialized than a dry van and typically brings in higher rates because of the equipment and operating costs. Here are some of the most common commodities hauled by Reefer trailers: Food and beverages, perishable freight such as fresh fruits, vegetables and herbs, frozen foods that could include meat, seafood, poultry, frozen meals and ice cream, dairy products such as milk, cheese, butter and yogurt, eggs, beverages, also medical and pharmaceutical products such as vaccines, prescription medication requiring stable temperatures, medical supplies, and laboratory specimens and blood products. Floral and agricultural products, fresh cut flowers, plants, and agricultural byproducts requiring cold storage. Also certain chemicals that need stable temperatures to remain safe or effective, cosmetics, and high value perishable raw materials for manufacturing. So there you have it. This is the Reefer trailer, very similar to the dry van, but the dry van is not temperature controlled and the Reefer is temperature controlled. Just like the dry van, Reefer trailers come in 53-foot long trailers. So next we have your flatbed truck. They haul heavy equipment, construction materials that require securement knowledge. A 48 or 53-foot long trailer. So you see here it's called a flatbed because this entire bed of the trailer is flat. So unlike the dry van and the Reefer, the trailer is not enclosed, it's exposed to the elements. So they haul construction materials such as lumber, plywood and logs, steel beams, rebar and pipes, roofing materials, scaffolding and construction equipment. They also can haul heavy equipment and machinery such as excavators, bulldozers, forklifts, tractors, some farming equipment, oil field and mining equipment, large generators, and industrial machinery. You can also see them hauling fabricated homes or building components, wind turbine blades and towers, utility poles, tanks and oversized containers. To add to the list, industrial and manufacturing goods such as steel coils and rolls, large industrial pipes, machinery, parts too large for a dry van. They can also haul vehicles and specialized freight such as cars, trucks, boats, marine equipment, and airplanes. Drivers also will have to use chains, binders, and straps to secure the load to the trailer since it is not enclosed. That is very important. And flatbed trucks typically are one of the highest paid trucks because of all the securement work a driver has to do. A lot of times, if we go back with the dry van or the Reefer, when a driver picks up the load is just forklifted on to the dry van or Reefer without the driver having to do any other work since the trailer is enclosed. But with a flatbed, the driver will have to secure the load to his or her trailer. Also, another reason why flatbeds get paid more money, a lot of the loads will need to be tarped. You can see this flatbed behind in the picture. They have their tarps strapped down because they're running empty right now, but those are tarps, and tarps cover the load and protect it from the elements. And some loads will need to be tarped and protected from wind, rain, hail, snow, and any of the elements going on with the weather, since this is not an enclosed trailer. So there you have it, your flatbed truck. Next up, we have our step deck or low boy. Or oftentimes it's called a drop deck trailer. You see it has two decks, an upper deck and a lower deck that's lower to the ground than this upper deck. So it's similar to the flatbed but has two deck levels, a higher front deck and a lower main deck. This design lets it legally carry taller freight that would otherwise exceed height restrictions on a standard flatbed. Step decks are often used when shippers need the versatility of a flatbed plus extra clearance if they have a tall load, because compared to the flatbed, this trailer sits up higher and can't clear some of the bridges that a step deck would be able to clear, because this main deck here sits lower to the ground than your flatbed trailer. So this is a step deck. So it's mainly used to haul tall or oversized equipment, including excavators, bulldozers, and backhoes, tractors, harvesters, and other tall farm equipment. So some of the same equipment a flatbed trailer can haul, but if it's taller pieces of equipment, it can go on this main deck. Construction, large steel beams and grinders, oversized lumber and timber, precast construction products. So just like a flatbed truck can haul lumber and steel, so can the step deck, especially if it's short enough or if it's not too long that it can fit on the main trailer. Because if it's longer than the main trailer, it's going to be blocked by the upper deck. So it has to be able to fit on the main trailer, some of those steel beams and lumber and etc. It can also haul vehicles such as trucks, buses, utility vehicles, and military vehicles with this lower deck, boats, marine equipment, and aircraft components. It can also be fitted with ramps. A lot of these step deck trucks have ramps, so vehicles can easily be driven on. So next we have our power only unit. Hauls preloaded trailers for quick turnaround. So the power only unit is only going to come with this power unit. It really isn't a type of trailer itself, but rather a service where the carrier just provides a tractor or the power, which is also called the power unit, and the customer provides the trailer. That means the commodities hauled on power only loads depend on the type of trailer being pulled. Still, there are clear patterns in which shippers and brokers commonly move under power only. So that's basically when the driver is just going to take his or her power unit, the tractor, and they're going to be picking up one of these other different types of trailers that we have talked about previously. So we call that drop and hook freight. They're going to have retail and big box stores such as Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Amazon, and etc. And they're going to go pick up one of those trailers that's already preloaded from one of these big box stores. They're going to go to distribution centers, freight that needs consistent trailer swaps. On these trailers, you can have palletized consumer goods, specialized trailers and equipment like tanker trailers for fuel, chemicals, and waters, hopper bottoms, which are for grain fed and fertilizer, livestock trailers, auto transport trailers. So basically, they can haul any type of trailer that hooks up, and they can just use their power only unit to go and drop that trailer to the drop off location, and then they pick up another trailer and they haul to that location. Next up, we have the Hotshot trailer. But before we move into that, one thing I didn't tell you that I want to make sure I hit on is these trailers that we went over before. Typically, they can haul up to 48,000 pounds. So that's what they can scale, 48,000 pounds. And once we get into the Hotshot, it's going to be a little different, which I'll speak about here in a second. It's a smaller truck, basically a dually pickup truck and a trailer, a flatbed trailer. Fast delivery and niche loads. Typically, the trailer is between 20 feet and 40 feet. 40 feet is going to be the best because it allows maximum amount of deck space. Because the longer the trailer is, the longer loads you can haul on that trailer. So if you only have a 20 foot, that's going to cut you out of a lot of loads compared to a 40 foot trailer. Just like the other flatbed trucks, they can haul lumber, pipe, steel beams, roofing materials, drywalls, small skid steers, mini excavators, forklifts. They can also haul vehicles such as cars, pickup trucks, ATVs, golf trucks, small boats, jet skis, motorcycles, palletized freight such as machinery, parts, packing, and raw materials, HVAC units, light poles. The 40-foot Hotshots with a dually truck, typically a Ram 3500, many of them can haul or scale between 18,000 and 20,000 pounds. On a Hotshot truck, around 20,000 pounds is going to be the maximum compared to semi trucks, which is about 48,000 pounds. So that's your Hotshot truck. Last but not least, we have our box truck. So also called a straight truck or cube van, sometimes it's basically a smaller version of a dry van trailer, enclosed, versatile, and used a lot for short haul, last mile, and local deliveries. Since it doesn't detach like a tractor trailer, it's especially common in urban areas and regional runs. So they can haul retail and consumer goods such as furniture, mattresses, appliances such as washer, dryers, and refrigerator, clothing, and general e-commerce shipments from Amazon, UPS, FedEx, and DHL. They can haul food and beverages, non-perishable or light refrigerator with installation. So that could include packaged food such as snacks, canned goods, beverages, bakery products, meal prep, and catering deliveries. They can also haul office supplies such as electronics, papers, packaging supplies, janitorial cleaning products. Also small machinery and equipment, tools and hardware. Box trucks typically come in 14, 16 foot, and 26 foot. Again, the longer the trailer, the more commodity that can fit in the trailer. So you would definitely get paid a lot more money from a 26 foot box truck compared to a 14 foot box truck. They can typically haul around 10,000 pounds. I almost forgot to add in the cargo vans, but we definitely don't want to leave cargo vans out, because cargo vans are also a type of van that you can dispatch as a freight dispatcher. So they can be called a cargo van or a sprinter van. Is a lightweight cousin of a box truck. Smaller capacity, no trailer, but highly valued for speed, flexibility, and last mile delivery, because they can move quickly, access tight areas, and don't require CDL. They're a strong entry point for freight. Here are the most common commodities hauled by cargo vans. Expedited and time-sensitive freight to include emergency auto parts, engines, transmissions, specialty components, critical manufacturing parts to prevent factory downtime, medical supplies and equipment, and electronics. They can also haul retail and e-commerce deliveries from Amazon, UPS, DHL, and etc. Consumer goods such as clothing, toys, household products, and local store restocking and same-day delivery loads. They can haul some food and beverage, commodities for trade shows, and light commercial freight. So these are your cargo vans. So a pro tip: specializing in specific truck types can increase your experience and your rates. So section 5, income breakdown and realistic expectations. So how you get paid 5 to 10% of the load value. So real math, if the load pays $2,000, you can make $100 to $200 for you. That's 5% to 10%. So you can make up to $200 on that one single load for dispatching it. Weekly potential. If you move 10 to 15 loads, that's $1,500 to $3,000 per week. So that could be $12,000 per month. And you can keep scaling beyond that by signing up more drivers and hiring more dispatchers to work for you. Timeline. Many members in my Freight Dispatcher Bootcamp, which is a program, a community-based program that I run, many are profitable within their first 30 days. So it's very common for dispatchers to make money well within the first 30 days of you launching your freight dispatching business. Unlike many businesses that you have to wait months or possibly years to make an actual profit, freight dispatching is different. It's basically a cash business. So section 5, income breakdown and realistic expectations. Here's a case study for one of my actual members, Maria, and how she scaled fast in 30 days. So Maria joined the Freight Dispatcher Bootcamp with no experience, but a clear goal. Replace her 9-to-5 income and build freedom. So in week 1, she launched her first marketing video, and that generated her 12 inbound leads. So as soon as you launch your business, you want to start marketing to your potential customers to get interest or market demand on your business. That's the most important thing in your business, because that's going to bring in potential leads or potential drivers into your pipeline. So in week 1, she was able to get 12 inbound leads. Inbound leads are leads that reach out to you. You don't want to be busy hunting down and chasing drivers. You want to offer value, so you get inbound leads or drivers reaching out to you. So that was week 1. Week 2, she closed her first 2 drivers using bootcamp sales scripts. So in the bootcamp, I teach you how to use AI and come up with personalized AI scripts for your business. And by doing that, she signed up her first 2 drivers. Week 3, she expanded her pipeline to 20 plus leads. So week 3, she got over 20 leads, over 20 potential drivers interested in her. She signed 2 more drivers and began negotiating higher paying loads with brokers. Week 4, she hit what I call the safe zone, with drivers coming in automatically. By the end of the month, she has 6 drivers under contract. Let me explain the safe zone to you here for a minute. I believe everyone starting a business, including you as a freight dispatcher, and even your own customers or the owner operators or truck drivers, they want to hit the safe zone. The safe zone in business is when the amount of your business expenses plus your personal expenses is less than the revenue coming into your business. So basically, you want the revenue coming into your business to be more than your business expenses and personal expenses. So now the money you have coming in cover all expenses within your life. And then what you want to do is you want to start making that passively. So you have passive income coming in that you don't have to work for. You don't have to do the day-to-day dispatching part 4, so that way you can enjoy your life with your family and living your dream, and you have dispatchers working for you, and that passive income that you have coming in after your business expenses, which includes paying for those dispatchers also, and then plus your personal expenses, that passive income is more. So that's what we call the safe zone, and that's where you want to get your customers to also. Everyone wants to be in the safe zone. So in just 30 days, Maria created a predictable revenue and earned a total profit of $4,600, far exceeding her monthly expenses. She also hired her first assistant to handle operations or dispatching, freeing her to focus on growth. So many freight dispatchers fail because they get those first couple of drivers signed up, and then they focus so much energy on those first couple of drivers, they forget or fail to market. And marketing their business and bringing in the leads is how they got those first couple of drivers anyway. And then sometimes your customers don't stick with you, especially in the beginning. As you're becoming more knowledgeable, you're going to be able to hold on or retain more drivers. But especially in the beginning, some customers may leave. And then if you're not marketing and getting more drivers in the pipeline, your business is going to fizzle out and die. So that's why I teach in the Freight Dispatcher Bootcamp to hire dispatchers, outsource the work. The first department you want to outsource is the operations or dispatching department, because it's going to keep you so busy doing those day-to-day tasks. And as a chief executive officer, it's going to decrease your energy, and you need that energy to put into your marketing. So she was able to outsource the operations department. So congratulations to Maria. So quote from Maria: "I never imagined I hit profit this fast. The bootcamp gave me the roadmap, and now I know this business can scale to 6 figures. If you're interested in my free dispatcher bootcamp and working directly with the other successful members, click the link down below in the description and sign up for that bootcamp today, and you'll also be working with me." Section 6, step-by-step roadmap to get started. So you need to get the proper training or mentorship, skip the guesswork and avoid costly mistakes. Plug in a proven bootcamp that shows you exactly how to launch, grow, and scale with implementation sprints that create real results. Step 2 is create market demand. Before you set up the LLC or worry about load boards, learn how to generate interest and position yourself so drivers want to work with you. This is the foundation of a predictable pipeline. So many dispatchers fail because they think just about the dispatching part or getting an LLC and EIN number, and they never think about the number one thing in any business, and that's creating market demand or getting potential customers interested in your business. Because if you don't have people interested in what you have to say, your LLC, load board access, or any other software program is never going to matter. So you need to create market demand. Step 3 is build right business foundation. Now that you've proven that you can get demand and people interested in your business, you set up your business legally and structurally so you're prepared to scale without roadblocks. Step 4, secure access and sign first carrier. So with demand in place and your business set up, unlock the right tools such as load boards, systems, and scripts so you can confidently sign your first driver and begin filling your pipeline. To get access to the load boards, you will need to have your first driver that you're working with. So before thinking or trying to get load board access, secure your first driver. Step 5, book your first profitable load and enter the safe zone. This is where everything connects. You've created demand, signed drivers, and booked profitable loads. From here, scaling becomes about stacking predictable revenue through repeatable sprints. Section 7, getting started the right way. Why most fail? They lack of market understanding, no driver pipeline, no systems. You will need a constant flow of drivers, just like any business. Every business has a constant flow of customers. Some people get into this business and think they only need 3 or 4 drivers, but sometimes you're going to have drivers coming and going. Customers sometimes only stay for so long. That's in any business. But you want to always increase retention and have an increasing amount of drivers staying with you. But sometimes they're going to leave, and then in the beginning, you may only have 1, 2, or 3 drivers. That's why you need a pipeline of drivers or unlimited supply of drivers, right? No business survives on their first 2, 3, 4, 5 customers. Every business that survives for years, and if you want to be able to pass down this business to your family members, possibly your kids, you need an unlimited supply of customers all the time. So that's the main thing I teach in my Freight Dispatcher Bootcamp. Your winning approach, build in the right order. First, marketing. That's how you're going to get leads or potential drivers to even know about you, through brand awareness. That's how you're going to get them in the pipeline. That's the first step. Second is sales. This is when you get on the phone and you sell those potential leads into your business. Next is customer support or onboarding. This is when you go through all the paperwork and get your driver signed up for your company. And last is the operations department. This is where you dispatch that truck or that driver. Most people start off these businesses only focusing on the operations department, and most people are new business owners and they don't think about marketing and sales. But you need to concentrate most of your energy on marketing and sales. And when you concentrate so much energy on marketing and sales, drivers are going to naturally flow to your customer support or getting signed up with your company. And then they're going to naturally flow to the operations department. But if you only concentrate on dispatching, drivers aren't going to naturally sign up or see your business. They're not going to naturally flow through your marketing and sales departments. So I'll say, as long as you get these first 2 right, marketing and sales, everything else is going to flow smoothly, because nobody is going to start getting leads into a business and get plenty of leads coming in every single day and then not figure out the customer support and operations. You're going to figure that out because you're going to see the possible money flowing into your business, and then you're going to do what you need to do and get done what you need to get done in the customer support and operations department. So, work in implementation sprints to create income generating systems from day one. So, implementation sprint is where you lay out everything you need to do for the week and you concentrate on getting that done. So, your first step is to have a marketing sprint where you come up with the marketing material, the scripts, everything you're going to say in your videos and posts, setting up your social media account. So, all those things you need to do, you're basically building out your marketing department, and you're going to have a sprint, and you're going to put all those things on a Trello board, which I would talk about in other videos during this playlist, but you're going to put them in a Trello board and you're going to start executing on those tasks. You want to stand out, develop a clear value proposition or unique value proposition, and specialize in high demand niches. So your unique value proposition is something that's unique about your business that no one else or many other freight dispatchers don't have. So one of the best ones to be is to specialize in increasing revenue or increasing profit in owner-operators trucking business, because that's the main thing your customers want. They want an increase in revenue or profit. So, closing. Recap: freight dispatching is more than just booking loads. It's building a system that keeps drivers moving, brokers happy, and revenue predictable. Motivation: the trucks are moving every day with or without you. The question is, will you be the one dispatching them? So next steps: if you want the blueprint I use to help dispatchers create predictable revenue and scale, grab my free training, Freight Dispatching Done Right, found in the description of this video. I thank you for watching this video. Continue on to the next video in my playlist and watch them all step by step and in order, and you'll know exactly how to build a freight dispatching business that scales to $3,000 plus per week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.